I have come here with 3 requests to all of you. You've heard people all along. You saw Charles, you saw Neha, you saw Shannon. And one of the things that gives us great joy at INK is that we started something called an INK Fellows program in 2010. When we started, we had no idea what it meant. And all of these people have been INK Fellows. And it's been so amazing for us to see them blossom. The first time they come, they're so nervous to give a talk. And Shannon and so many scientists who did great science work but never went out and gave talks. So we worked with them on giving their talk because we really believe that standing up in front of people and telling your story is the most empowering thing for anyone. And also, we hear so much noise around us, like somebody like a Kritika says, I did this, I did that. People say, she was at the right place at the right time. I'm sure somebody helped her. We always find so many, it's men or women, it doesn't matter. People say, he was just lucky, and he was just this. We live in a world where people think that every success could have happened to me. I just didn't happen to me, that's all. But behind every success, there's an amazing story. There are ups and downs. There are troubles they went through and how they came over it. And unless people talk about it, you don't know that every journey had ups and downs. So for us at INK, it's extremely important to bring people on stage who share their journey in its entirety. Not just, I got this, I got that, etc. But what is the journey? That is important. And I have to tell Kritika that she stole my entire talk, So most of the time I tell people when I talk to young people, the only decision that matters in your life is who you choose to be with, if you choose to be with someone. And it's so wonderful. But the way she did it is so elegant, beautiful. So the request I have for you is that we say that at every conference, that every gathering we have, first of all, I know you think I look like I'm going to a wedding. And to me, every event we do is a wedding. And I also always stand away from the podium because first of all, you cannot see me behind the podium. Secondly, I always make sure I wear something beautiful to an event that's a handmade sari made in India. No matter which part of the world I go, I feel I'm an unofficial ambassador of the sari in this world. And this sari especially is Kantha work. And Kantha is a work that's more than 500 years old. It's done by women, mostly to take rags and stitch them together and make quilts, and then it transferred to saris, etc. And how good a Kantha work you can tell if the front of the sari is as beautiful as the back of the sari. You cannot see any stitches. So there is so much intricacy in this that the real Kantha, the one you get from Shantiniketan, there is no difference. The back of the sari is just as beautiful as the front of the sari. So the thing I want you to realize is that miracles and amazing things are around us. And Kritika didn't become Kritika because she was God's gift, because she worked hard. She took chances. She, had trouble and she came over it. She was just like anybody else who went to US, studied and started at Silicon Graphics. But her journey changed when she took some steps that were gutsy, when she accepted things that weren't usual. So the request I have is we call it one person, one project, one idea. And what I mean by that is, as you're sitting here today, meet at least one person you did not know before you came here and stay in touch with them. The second thing is, one project you hear about today, just follow it through outside these doors. Just keep, if you're interested in Neha, just listen, just keep following what's happening in her company. And the third thing is one idea. Anything that is here, let it spark an idea in you. Be it going skydiving or be it anything, describing, having your own second act while you're working full time. Second act doesn't mean you quit what you're doing. It can be, while I'm doing, I also want to have another thing. Whatever it is, take one idea outside these doors and make sure you take care of it. And I always like stories. I always want people to think of life in stories. So this is the story of a parent who's teaching the child how you deal with troubles. The parent says, look, I will take an egg, a potato, and a tea bag. And we'll have hot water. Let's put this in hot water. So a potato goes out very, very hard, and it becomes soft. And the egg is very soft inside, right? But then it becomes hard-boiled. Like people, some of them are so sweet and they harden with situations. Some people are very harsh and they just like lose their mojo. But look at a tea bag. You put it in the water, it changes the flavor of the water and brings something better than it went in. So we will all be in hot water. We will all have troubles. We'll all have problems. What do we do with it? And I can tell you, whether it's Neha or Shannon or Kritika or anyone you heard, I know what they have been through. I've talked for hours with them on when they're going through that. It's how they deal with it that matters. So with that, I really want to say that never forget where you come from. So I want to acknowledge the two women who never come on stage, but were with me from the beginning. One is Anu Sethuram, who's sitting there, and one is Nandini, who's sitting on the side. I want to thank both of them. And I really want to thank Aruna. I just called her up and said, let's do something. And she and Harini made this happen. And I want to thank, she's not here, but there's a lady, Kantama, who was opening and closing the doors there with the best smile you can have. I really want to thank her for making our entry and exit so pleasurable. So just notice the things around you. One idea, one person, one project. Make sure you don't leave here empty-handed. Make sure you don't forget anything you saw today. I'll be back later, but really it's an honor and a privilege. I feel always the stage is sanctity. It's like a sacred space, and I always dress like I'm going to a wedding when I'm standing on a stage. Thank you.